it! This is happening!
It's happening now. Let's skip the countdown. Let's just go to the Kirsten Maryland brings us. Yes. Oh, by the way, we have Scott. Hopefully, will be on the show today. Let's go.
Oh. Good to see you, everybody in the chat. Hello, hello. Vegan Sunday School.
Oh, this channel's just for vegans. All right.
Hello, Karina. Hi, Anthony.
This channel's just for you. This channel's just for
us.
Vegans.
It's just for vegans. All right. Well, all's well that comes well. Thank you so much for being here, Panny Pierre. How the heck are you?
Thank you. I'm good. Thank you, everybody, for being patient. I'm sorry the internet was not, I don't know, is something in retrograde? Hi, Sky. How are you?
I'm great. I heard the moon is in Leo. This is what I've heard.
That's what's happening.
I'm at the southernmost point of the United States right now. I'm all the way at the finish line, the very, very bottom of America.
So where are you going next? Are you moving to another country?
I can't go any further because they won't let me into Cuba, but I can go north.
Nice.
The next stop, I'm 90 miles away from Cuba. I'm the closest I've ever been to Cuba right now.
This is pretty cool. Are you maybe gonna go to Canada if you go all the other way?
I guess I can go all the way the other way to Canada. That's true. That's a possibility. I can go to Canada now, go to all the way to the top of Highway 1. I went to mile marker 0. They call it the end of the rainbow, and I've been there now.
This is nice. Did you see any like ferries or weird things happen?
I did see a ferry. You could take a ferry across the water to the Dry Tortugas.
Ooh, nice. How was that?
And seaplanes. I didn't go. It takes hours, like 3 hours. I didn't go. I don't have time for that shit. I'd love to go see some turtles and stuff, but I don't have time, unfortunately. But I did see Hemingway's house, and I saw mile marker 0. And look at this color. I don't know if you could tell.
I can totally tell. You've been hanging out.
It's summertime. And check out my new hat. You ready for this?
I am ready. Ooh, what a nice hat. This is, in French, we would say a cock hat.
Yeah, so I've got a big cock on my head. I got a big cock. Yeah, it's a whole thing here. There are wild roosters. I just heard one. And then
I saw there was one in front of your truck.
They're all over. They're everywhere. And I just heard baby chickens come by.
It's nice.
Yeah, they're everywhere, and they're protected. And so there's chickens all over Key West, and some people love them.
That's what's at the end of the rainbow.
Chickens.
Free chickens.
Yeah,
that's
true.
What it is.
At the end of the rainbow, there are.
I always heard it was fairies or something, but it's free chickens.
It's free chickens. Who knew? Who knew?
Oh, this is nice. I like it.
So, as you know, we have a guest today, and I don't know which game he wants to play. If he wants to play,
I know this guest. This guest came to my house.
Yeah. This guest came to your house? Where was
I? Where were you? I don't know.
I was like in Denver or something.
Busy, but yeah, I love this guest.
Yeah, Bailey Dorman says I should switch sides. Never. I'm always on the side of the animals.
No, I think it was on our computer.
I know. I switched it. I know.
Yeah.
Just, that was a joke.
Why are people so confused when we're on the other side of the... It's like, do you like it as the side of the bed? Is anybody here has a side on the bed and Sky and me have a side on the screen?
I've never been one of those people. I don't care what side I'm on. I don't care what bed I'm on. I've never cared. Put me in the corner. Try not to trip over me. I'll be fine.
I'm telling you, we switched sides with Jess because he's always hot and I'm always cold. And so now he's on the side of the bed that's under the fan. And
Mhm.
he got so disturbed. For a few weeks, he was very disturbed about changing sides. It's so
Really?
funny. It's
I've
so
never
funny.
cared. I'm like, I'll sleep on whatever side. Just put my, as long as I have like my stuff, I don't care if I'm close to the bathroom or closer to the door. I don't care. Not at
Yeah,
all.
I
But I
get
got
it.
the hat because it was so sunny. I thought
Yeah.
I might get burned because it's beautiful here. Oh my god, it's beautiful here.
Don't you wear sunscreen?
It's been raining the whole time. I have not needed sunscreen until now, and I don't have any. No,
The sun can
no.
go through the rain.
I suppose it could, but I have not ever had that issue before.
I know.
So
We've talked about
yeah,
you
I don't
and
have an
product on
issue.
your face.
I don't like to put a bunch of stuff on my face unless I have to. So, but I did get this oil. It's like some kind of 6%. I don't know what kind of oil it is, but my B&B, my actual bread and breakfast that I went to, which was a vegan bed and breakfast on deer at the key deer, where the key deer are. They're little key deer. They're deer that are raised on the keys. They've been here for 1,000 years or something.
This is
But
nice.
they're so small. They're like little. They're like dog-sized deer.
That must be really cute.
They're so cute. They run right up to you. There's
Aw.
wild animals.
Are you adopting a deer?
That you're not allowed to take them. They're endangered.
No, of course not. Of
No,
course not.
adopt a deer. No.
We shouldn't own animals.
So at the end of the rainbow, you have free deer and free chickens, free living chickens and free living deer.
This
So I
is
think that
nice.
what the plan is, we'll ask Scott what game he wants to play. If he
Yes.
wants to play,
Does
are you
Scott
dumber
know
than
about the
Fanny,
games?
or are you, or random stupid questions?
Yes.
Yes.
I hope everybody or maybe we could do a poll in the chat and see who wants Scott to play what game. I don't
I think
know.
Scott should play the random stupid questions because he's been on the show before, but there are probably things in there that people are dying to know. Plus, he could come on to talk about something about animals that I'm really excited about. So why
Okay.
not figure that out? All right.
I'm
So,
excited.
do you have anything any housekeeping, anything that you've done in the last week that you want to talk about?
My house is
Yeah.
transforming into Kindness Town. This is
Ooh.
what's happening. We're filming next weekend. We're
Yeah.
very excited. We're painting the little Kindness Town world. Monica did the backdrop. For whoever doesn't know about this, my husband is creating a short musical puppet film called Kindness
Yes.
Town. And it's about not having real feathers on puppets. And it happens into Kindness Town. So our living room is gonna turn into Kindness Town. If you want to support, please go see the GoFundMe. You can go on my page, blah blah blah. But anyways, our house is becoming Kindness Town, and it's very
So would you
exciting.
say that your house might look different, but it still looks good?
Oh my gosh, I love it. This is one of the songs of Kindness
It might
Town.
look different, but it still looks good.
By
Also,
the way,
you forgot
yes.
to mention that Scott Milligan is one of the musical geniuses that helped us with the
Yes,
with the
he
Kindness
is.
Town music,
It
right?
is so exciting. That's why we've met. And if you want to hear the first song that's going to be totally released for the album, it's coming out on Friday 9th. One Day Soon is coming out. And if you want to hear a little something about it, you can go on Kindness Town at Kindness Town page on Instagram. You will have a little clip of that song, and it's by Sweet Goose who came on the show too.
Nice. Right, there's a song by Sweet Goose. We've got a lot of musical talent on it. I can't wait to hear the whole album.
Yes, me too. And I can't wait to hear Scott.
So shall we bring on one of the musical talents right now? See if he's ready.
Yes, of course.
I think we should.
Yes.
Okay, Scott Milligan, here we go. Scott Milligan, how are you?
Hello, I'm good.
Hello.
Hi. Hola.
So
How the
good to
heck are
see you.
Yeah, it's nice to see you too, Fanny. How are you? And Sky,
am-
obviously. Sorry.
Well,
I am
always just
doing great. I'm doing so good. I'm so happy to see you. We are so excited for Kindness Town to be
Yeah,
filmed.
so am I.
Yeah, and so that everybody's going to be able to hear your work and see everything. It's really exciting.
Yeah, so did you say there's the first like release is coming out? Did you say Monday?
On Friday, the 9th. On
Oh, okay,
Friday,
sorry.
Monday soon is coming out. It's a song by Sweet Goose, Chris by
Mm.
Sweet Goose. And then on Saturday, Sunday, we're filming Kindness Town.
That's
So
so exciting.
it
I mean,
is
I think I've been talking to Sky and Jess for what, a year maybe?
Something like
Something like
that.
that.
sounds like
So
that.
yeah, it's really I can't blooming wait.
Yes, yes. Everybody
Neither
is
can
so
I.
excited.
Yeah,
So
yeah. It's a
excited.
lot of hard work gone into that. It's gonna be wicked, man.
It will.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a game changer. Wait,
It
we can't
is
call it
gonna be a
game
bloody
changer.
game changer.
Yeah.
It's gonna be. It's gonna be the veganizer for the puppet industry. It's gonna be the smack in the ass that
As far
puppets
as I
need.
know, it's going to be the first time that there is a movie that's 100% vegan for
Vegan.
puppets.
That's big.
It's going to be the first one. Maybe someone has heard of others. Like, feel free to share with us because we would love to collaborate or know more people who are vegan puppeteers. But this is going to be a whole short musical.
When I was in your lounge, Jess just did a little bit of puppeteering, just very briefly, and I've never been so kind of transfixed by the puppet immediately. And like even though the puppet was on Jess's lap,
Yeah,
I just the puppet became real. It was insane. I've never seen anything
Yeah.
like it. He's
he's
very
good at
Just
his
gifted.
job.
Yeah,
Mm.
he's very talented. It's kind of a bummer for me whenever I call my nieces and nephews. They don't care about me. They're always like, "Where's the puppet? Where's Jess?" You
Yeah, I bet. Yeah,
know?
that's a
Give us
tough
the
act to
puppet guy.
follow. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, indeed. Speaking of acts, what is going on with your thing, man? What's going on with you, Scott Milligan? You've got something coming down the pike too, don't you?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Thank you for letting me come on to the show because it's like it's World Pig Week Eve. So like
Hmm.
it's tomorrow for 7 days, and World Pig Week is something that we started last year. So it's only our second year in its a kind of infancy, but it's just
What is World Pigs Week?
well. So the idea is it's a way of just saying to because obviously everyone's just kind of well not everyone but a lot of people have experimented with veganuary and then some will slip straight back into eating meat or going veggie even and whatever else, and I just felt that because I'd been so on the front line with specifically with pigs because of my film Kiddo, going to Manchester Pig Save, meeting you guys and everything else, I kind of looked for some kind of a world pig related thing online and I couldn't find anything. So I thought, oh, well, I'll set one up then.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so worldpigweek.com is us. And it's just asking people to kind of just keep going. You've done your month now. There's this disturbing obsession with bacon sandwiches as being the last
Mhm.
bastion of freedom for a meat eater. And they can stop everything, but they can't give up that. So all I'm really saying, and I'm trying to kind of engage specifically with animal lovers because I feel like they should be the easiest ones to kind of convert without being too evangelical about it. Because if they love animals, then why stop eating them then? I
Totally
think that's
agree.
a fairly simple premise really, but it's a tough one for some people to kind of connect the dots of that really.
Even if they do connect the dots, there's so many people that well, there's the very real thing. There's money being spent to do the opposite of their instincts, and there's
Mm.
also a cultural thing with everyone's. I mean, I'm in Key West, dude, and there's chickens all over, and people will literally there's stores, people buying shit with chickens on it. The reason why I got this hat with the chicken on it was because there's a whole store dedicated to chickens here. There's like it's like chicken worship down here, and
Wow.
yet everywhere I go, I see people eating chickens.
Mm.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah, it's very bizarre.
you know,
So
it's
that's the thing with World
same
Pig
goes
Week
with
really is
pigs.
it's
Yeah.
and I'm really keen because you guys are so in in line. We're all kind of in different battlefields. I feel, and I'm really getting myself my knee deep in with the meat eaters, because I'm they've got me fucking surrounded. Frankly, they're everywhere. So the idea really is to engage with them and talk to them about it. So there's a whole lot of things happening over the week, but like tomorrow, I've got a radio show which is normally is interviewing artists and talking about their craft and all that kind of stuff. We've got like a World Pig Week takeover where we've got a big playlist of music by vegan artists, which was an amazing bit of detective work for me, really, because I didn't realize how many of them there were, and how, so that we'll be playing music, and we'll be trying vegan food as well, and the guests are going to be meat eaters. So it's really trying to say to them, did you realize all this music was written by vegans, and did you realize how beautiful some of this food is, because sometimes they don't want to try because they just assume it's bad, or it doesn't taste good. So that's the idea, really, is trying to get engage with people that are. The interesting thing is, one of the guys, Andy Crow, is an avid cyclist, so he's been training hard, and he was advised by his kind of mentor to go vegan because it would improve his performance, which is we've seen, and Game Changers is a real thing. I know, but the only thing is he's slipped back into eating. I don't know to what degree, but that's what we're going to be talking about on the show.
But like you were just saying, it's really hard because it's not hard not to eat meat. It's never what's hard, in my opinion. But like what you were saying just a minute ago, we lost Sky. I don't know where Sky is, but
it's my voice. I get that a lot.
And forth. I think he's coming soon. But I think, yeah, like what you were saying, it's never hard not to eat meat, but it's hard to be surrounded every day, all the time, by meat eaters.
Definitely.
So whenever you decide to go vegan or to try veganism, or to try different lifestyle and philosophy, it's really hard because everybody around you is different. That's why, to me, in my opinion, one of the biggest qualities or strength that someone who wants to go vegan has to have is courage. Because you have to every day face people making jokes, not taking this issue seriously, not caring, and it's very frustrating, and it's saddening, and it can put you in a state of mind where you feel very lonely. And so to reconnect with other people, you go back to eating meat, and you go back to wanting to be with them. So I totally get why some people slip, like you were saying.
But I think I really want to talk to him about why he has slipped, and how he feels now he's gone back. And when he was messaging me, because I said you should come on the show, because I like you, and you're a great musician, and you're local, and I haven't seen you for ages, and he was like kind of apologizing to me, saying, well, look, I used to be vegan, but I'm not anymore. And I said, that doesn't matter, come on the show, let's talk about that. Deep down, obviously, I'm thinking, well, by the end of the show, we'll be back. He'll be back being vegan. Obviously,
you'll be radicalized by the end of this.
He will be certainly indoctrinated by my propaganda. Exactly, but and the other guy is Josh Jameson, who's an illustrator who I work with, and he's been an avid meat eater, and as he's the guy I actually said to him, look, if you're going to eat that, you're going to have to take it in the kitchen, because I can't be done with that anymore. Which and I got everybody piled on top of me for kind of bullying him, if you like. Anyway, he agreed to come on the show because he wants to try the vegan food. Because every lunchtime I go, do you want to try a bit of this? This is really nice. Like I had a Subway plant-based Philly, I think it was. And I said, just have a bite of that. And I'm doing that all the time because he's such a greedy bastard anyway. He always has a bite and tries it. And because he loves his food. But he has kind of, the interesting thing about him is his diet is changing. Like, he tells me, I had veggie last night, or I had to try this vegan thing last night. So he's definitely going to
But Scott, when
become
you ask
a
him,
veggie
I'm
at some
really
point.
curious about this because I talk to activists everywhere I go, and I don't talk like other activists that I see on YouTube or anything. And so I wonder, like, what do you say to him when you tell him, "Hey, of course this is the way we need to be." What do you say? Like, because I know that we're talking about diet, right? But we all
Yeah,
know it's not about just diet. So I'm curious, what do you what do
I,
you what do you say to try to convince him?
well, because I work side by side with him, I probably sit with him for about 4 or 5 hours a day at the most, or at
Mm,
least rather, and I'll just drop little things in there, little nuggets. I mean, especially when I came back from Manchester Pig Save, and I said, "You want to hear this? This is what it sounds like outside the slaughterhouse. These are the noises they make." And he's like, "Oh, turn that off. I can't be done with it." And I'll just go, "Oh, they're babies. These pigs are. They're not fully grown adults. These are babies.
yeah,
You're eating. The bacon that you like. It's a baby you're eating."
yeah,
Um, and that kind of is usually met with a bit of silence because they don't know. A lot of people don't. I didn't know until I got involved in this
right.
so deeply. Um,
People
so
don't
I
realize.
think I just kind of drip feed him facts or what.
Yeah.
Oh, you cut,
Oh,
Scott.
is he the one frozen this time? Dang it!
Yep. You know,
Last time it was me.
one thing that that people have said to me a lot is we have non-vegan guests that come home. Oh, sorry, Scott, you cut. Did
Okay,
Keep
you
going.
sorry.
you good? We have a bunch of non-vegan guests who come home, and I had a really good friend coming and staying with us. And one thing that they say to us, if I could get vegan food like what you make every day, I would be vegan.
Yeah.
Always,
Yeah.
every time, all the people I invite, and even that very good friend who stayed with us, they stayed with us. They ate vegan with us because in our home, it's a vegan home. So for 2 weeks, they ate vegan. And when they left and they were at the airport, they texted me and they were like, "You know what I just did? I just went to buy a sandwich and I asked if they had a vegan option." Because they have been surrounded with us. They saw we have a happy life. We're good. Like, it's
Hmm.
not that we're going crazy and not wanting things we want. I made chocolate cake yesterday. Like, you can have almost everything you want and really good food, but a lot of people are just not finding whatever they have in their neighborhood, or they're just surrounded by this world that is not vegan, and they're just kind of lazy and they don't really want to go out of their way to try something different or to cook different, because it takes an effort. A lot of people during the pandemic, the shops were empty, not because more people went to buy food, but because these people usually went to restaurants were closed, so they had to go buy food at the store. A lot of
Hmm.
people don't cook for themselves, so if there is no option for to go food that's vegan, they just won't go vegan because that's just not easy. And that's also one of the problems.
Yeah, I think that I don't know. I don't usually talk about food when I'm out. Like I had a conversation today with somebody. Knocked. It was funny. I was leaving and he knocks on my window. He says, "What is this truck?" Because we're just trying to get people to think about chickens. And because I couldn't really read if what kind of whether he was going to be a crazy or what his deal was. And he's like, "Oh, I'm thinking about veganism sometimes, and I do think about chickens." And I'm like, "Well, what do you call it when you own somebody else who wants to be free?" And if I and I played the would you rather. I said, would you rather be an animal in a box who gets fed as much as you want, but you're going to die young, or to be free, but you don't know where your next meal is coming from, and you might die at any time, but you could live long. Which would you rather? And he said he'd rather be free. I said,
Mm,
exactly. It's not about, because he asked about the food, he asked about nutrition. I'm like, man, it's not really about any of that stuff. It's about whether or not you're for
mm.
freedom, whether or not you believe in freedom. And that's the question. And every time I bring it back to that, people like are blown away because they don't have any more arguments because they're for freedom. They're against slavery.
Of course, mostly in this country. Hold on, because we had a donation, Sky.
Woo! Okay, hold on. Let me play that.
Woo!
I gotta
Let's play
play.
the donation
I
song.
gotta play the donation song. Is it? Here we go. Thank you.
Woo! Thank you so
all the way from Galway,
Thank
on the
you.
Atlantic coast of Ireland. I'm on the Atlantic coast. Well, I guess if I'm looking at Cuba, is that the Caribbean, or am I looking at the Atlantic? I don't know where I'm looking.
I don't know either. We
I've been
should-
to Galway. It's a beautiful place. Hi, Paul.
You've
went
been to
to a-
Galway?
Yeah. I used to work over in the Republic of Ireland lots. So I used to travel there tons. It's a beautiful place. Galway's beautiful.
Another sad excuse for not leasing an anti-communist rebellion in Cuba, Sky. Democracy begins at home. You're right. Democracy begins at home. Freedom begins at home. Ultimate autocracy. Leasing versus leading. Sorry, excuse for leading. Sorry, I misread it. All right, so I think we should play the game. I think we should ask you.
Yes.
But I want to play. Are you
Oh.
smarter than Fanny?
Cool. But before that, Scott, how
Yes.
can the followers, everybody who is in the chat and everybody who's going to watch this live, how can they help quickly, efficiently, just quickly what you're doing this week?
Oh, I mean, I think the thing about it is just visit the Facebook page. World Pig Week is the big one, really. There's a website as well where you can pledge, but I'm guessing everybody here is vegan anyway, so they don't need to pledge. But if they can encourage people to, that'd be really nice, because there's something psychological about filling a form and saying, yes, I'm going to do something that I think is helpful. So yeah, the
maybe-
website's worldpigweek.com, and then the Facebook page is World Pig Week, and then
Cool.
all the stuff is going to be released out every day. There's going to be something
Sky,
new.
do we have a link we can share so everybody can go click and do it right now and share on their social media?
Worldpigweek.com. Yes, I could put that in the show notes so everyone can see it.
Awesome.
And
Thank you. That's kind.
I will share it as a post as well in the community page. So we want to play a game. It's called Are You Smarter Than Fanny? The way
yeah,
it works
that's
is
I'm
the way it
100%
works-
not. That's easy.
Oh no!
Next
Oh, you'll
question.
see! Oh, you'll see!
Okay.
I've met
Okay,
Fanny. She's very
hold
bright.
on.
So there are five questions. You have to get 3 right. If you get 3 right, you win a Vegan of Course t-shirt.
Oh, okay.
But you still have to do it you still have to be better than Fanny. So if you both get 3 right and Fanny gets 4,
I win.
you get it.
I
So
don't
it's
like
a
this
minimum of
game.
3 to win.
Is there an
But you
option
still
for
have to
another
beat
game?
Fanny. No, this is the game.
Okay,
This is the
let
game.
me put the song of the game.
I
Here we go.
have my. Are you smarter than Fanny? Brought to you by.
You
Pig
probably are.
Brought to you by World Pig Week. All right,
Yes.
contestants, here we go. Are you ready?
Yes, I am ready. I'm always ready to be beaten.
All right.
Someone smarter than me.
There is a famous street in New York called Wall Street.
Yes.
And you might know that there was actually a wall on Wall Street after which the street is named. And that wall was built by the Dutch before it was called New York, when it was called New Amsterdam. And that wall was built to keep a certain animal from getting to the crops on Manhattan Island. What animal was the Wall of Wall Street built to keep out?
Horses.
It wasn't a bird.
He says horses. It can't be a bird, it's a wall.
I know. That's why I'm saying it is not a bird.
It's not a bird.
I know for sure.
Oh, wait. I'm supposed to be in the bottom for this one. Okay, so it's not
Oh,
a horse.
dear.
It's
That's
not
good
a bird.
answer. Can I change my answer? I'll go with Kerry's deer. She sounds like licking corn.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm not
that's
cheating. I'm not watching the chat. I think it was.
The chat says deer.
I'm saying it was bison. Like
Lateral Alice got it right. It was pigs.
It was
No.
pigs!
Yes, there were
No,
feral.
that's-
They had a feral pig problem. Pigs were brought over in 1490, I think 4 or something, to Cuba actually first from the old world to the new world by Christopher Columbus himself. By the time the Dutch built New Amsterdam, they had a pig problem. Wild pigs in America.
That's
And
not
so they
fair to ask me that question, because I
built
really should have
Wall
known that
Street.
answer. I should know everything about pigs
Well,
entirely. So that's a trick question.
well, you're
I
in
just,
luck
can't
because
possibly be pigs.
now every part of this quiz is going to be about pigs. It's a pig-themed
man.
quiz
It's a pig themed. Oh my gosh.
for
Well,
World Pig Week.
Alice is smarter than the both of us, Scott.
Well done, Alice. Oh, so we
Tasmanian
both don't get a
devils.
point. That's cool. Do
Nobody
I get
gets a
one being
point.
close?
For a horse is not close.
Oh,
The horse is
no,
not
a
close.
bison, neither.
Bisons are also not close to pigs.
Okay.
Fanny said birds. So
What
I win.
state in the United States? We have
What?
50. We have 50 states in the United States. What state produces the most pigs for food, for pork? What state produces the most
Okay,
pigs?
I'll say Texas.
Texas, okay. Scott, you got to play. You got to be in it to win it. You got a 1 in 50 chance. Just say any state that comes to your mind, really. What does the chat say? Huh?
They
You said
say
what?
Oklahoma.
I'm not allowed to look at the chat, am I? Iowa. Iowa's getting a lot of love.
Tennessee.
Tennessee. Someone just says pigs because they don't know.
Yes. Nerds like us and Lateral Alice have it. It is Iowa. Iowa produces the very most. We're talking millions
Wow.
of pigs.
Everybody in the chat, you're so smart.
So
you
smart.
should all come and play with
Lateral
me.
Alice.
Win.
Deb Thompson got it too. Iowa. Iowa's number 1 in pigs.
So why Iowa? Is it just like a huge farming state? Is that because it can't be for the population, surely? Because Iowa sounds like it hasn't got many people in it. Is that fair, or is that just a very British thing to say?
Pigs like the cold. They don't do very. Although Arizona also has pig farms, a lot of that type of thing. Also, when they slaughter pigs, they want to keep it usually in temperate climates, but also its proximity to corn. Since the Romans, corn has been fed, like grain has been fed to pigs to finish them, so to speak.
I'm just looking where Iowa is.
Iowa's in the north. It's like next to Illinois.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
So Chicago was quite. That wasn't a bad guess. Somebody said Chicago, didn't they?
Someone said Chicago, and Chicago is famous for being where most of the pigs would get on boxcars. That's live transport and things like that.
Guy, you said corn. You said corn, so Mike is really, really excited right now in the
chat. All right, next question.
Yes, I'm ready.
Doing really well. We're doing really well.
Scott, this is your last chance. If you miss this one, no t-shirt for you. I am sorry to say
you haven't got any answers right either, though. How's that work?
I know, but the game is called "Are You Smarter Than
Okay, let's go then.
Okay, so how many pigs are killed annually in the United States?
I don't know. In the United States, I've got a vague. Last time I looked at the UK and it was a disturbing figure. But
how many did you have
over what period?
A year.
A year.
In America.
In America.
I'll say 100 million.
No, it's way more than that.
It's more, but it's not way more. It's
okay. Oh, thanks, guys.
No. Hold on. Let's give Scott a chance because he still might win a t-shirt. Go, Scott.
Karina says 100,000. No, it's over 100 million.
It's over 100 million.
Yeah.
I go for 400 million.
400.
It's actually 130 million in the United States alone.
Wow. Okay.
Oh
and worldwide, would you like the bonus round for worldwide? Do either of you know worldwide? I think that's a much more interesting number. Now, remember, we kill about 70 billion chickens a year in the world. We kill 1.5 billion pigs in the world. 1.5 billion pigs every year on the planet. It makes me sad too. Which country so you know that we kill 1.5 billion in the world. Which country eats the most pig?
Is it the next question? That's the
next question. Which country eats the most pigs? I think this is kind of an easy one.
Well, it's not a Muslim country.
No, and what's interesting is that Christianity also banned the consumption of pigs until 50 AD, where they reversed it, because the Pope can make rules out of nowhere, but Christians weren't allowed to eat pigs either until 50 AD.
I want to say China.
Well, I would say either Russia or America, but I'm not sure.
We finally have a winner. We have it is China. It's China. Yeah. Are you
Oh
smarter than Yeah, Chinese people eat about 50 kilos on the mainland per person
Felix.
per year. 50 kilos per person per year on the mainland, and it's not that different in Hong Kong and Macau. They both eat around 50. Like some people say in Hong Kong they eat closer to like 40, but on average 50 kilos per year per person.
A lot
I
of
think it's
people knew in the chat. So many people knew.
China's famous because they're so into because they're rising middle class. The symbol of a status symbol was eating pig, pig's meat, pig's flesh. And so now in order to keep up with demand, they're deforesting at a higher rate so that they can grow soy to feed pigs. Not only that, they're making these skyscraper farms where they raise pigs indoors because again, pigs need to be raised indoors mostly because of susceptibility to weather and virus. They're very susceptible to viruses and weather, mostly because we've bred them to be pink and we've bred them to be grow really fast rather than be have any kind of immune system. It's kind of
Did
insane.
you? That makes me think the fact that you said that they have to be raised indoors. Yesterday, I was listening to Animal Liberation Now, and they were saying that when they raise chickens,
Mhm.
sometimes they don't change the litter for years in a
Yeah,
row, for years.
it's
So
different
the
chickens shit.
same
Hmm.
the same chicken go, and because of the smell of urine, the ammonia that's in
Yeah.
urine, they lose their sight. It's so strong
Hmm.
that they have diseases because the ammonia level is so high. I
Yeah.
think I think most people don't know that. Like I don't think my parents or anybody in my family knows that that's a real thing. That's how, because it's
It's
so gross, right?
also the
It's
reason
like,
why all their feathers are falling out. It's then
mhm.
because they're being burned off by the ammonia that they're sitting in for their entire lives. But this is a pig themed questionnaire, so you don't have to. Let's not get confused with all the chickens. I think about chickens all day long. We're talking about pigs for Pig Week.
Yes, yes, yes,
It's
of course.
worldpigweek.com. Please
Sorry.
go to worldpigweek.com. All right.
Sorry.
So we did the China one. Oh, okay. So this is something that I think is extremely important, something to always bring up. We talked about how many pounds and or kilos, whichever you want to use, how many pounds of feed does it take to produce 1 pound of pig flesh for market?
Oh no, we said that last week for chickens, and I totally forgot. I should remember the answers from. I should write down the answers from one week to another. Um, how many
Can
was
you give
that?
us like a number range between
Well, I'll tell you what. For a
bit of that?
cow,
Mm.
famously, the cow is the worst. A cow, it requires 16 pounds of grain or other feed to feed a cow, and then yields 1 pound of flesh.
Okay, I'll say 12.
12
Mm.
pounds of feed for 1 pound of flesh on a pig.
Yes.
What about you,
I'm gonna
Scott?
go for 10.
Nerds Like Us says 5. Spooky Vegan says 20. Anthony says 8.
So nerds like us is actually closest. Pigs are actually quite good. We've bred them to grow so quickly and to be so economical with the feed. It's actually only 3 pounds
Oh
for one
wow.
pound of flesh. Yeah, they grow so quickly. It's one of the reasons why this is the last question. What is the natural lifespan of a pig, and at what age do we normally slaughter pigs?
Natural if they're not farmed. So
Yeah,
if
like
they
a natural, like a you could say a pig. If we treated them like if we treated pigs like we do dogs in America, how long would a
yeah.
pig live?
I
Kind of
think
thing.
it's got a healthy age actually. I
Mhm.
have read that before, but I can't for the life of me remember the. I've got a crazy number in my head, but I'm convinced that's not right. So what do you want to go with, Fanny?
Well,
I
which one do you
I would
want first?
say 20 years, and I would say we kill them after 2 months.
Yeah, two.
Wow,
I
that's a
think the
big
ones
one.
I saw were about 3 months old. Um, but I thought it was even longer than that. Because like dogs and cats tend to, they do, if they get up to about 15, 16, that's incredible, isn't it, for a domestic
Yeah.
animal? But I'm sure pigs were way more. I think Fanny's right.
So
I'd probably.
Fanny is right about the 20 years. Yeah, for sure. We so it's 20 years.
Oh, it is okay.
It's about some live longer, some live longer, live less. But so when I was looking this up, I found between 16 years and 25
Yeah,
years on
yeah.
average.
I'd got
20
a little bit longer than 25, but I thought I can't be right. But yeah, I read
And there,
something.
there are
Around
some
25,
senior
but I
citizen
can't.
pigs out there on
Yeah.
sanctuaries for sure, but that like we have to go with averages, right? Like, I mean, there's 30-year-old dogs, but those are outliers. And the 6 months is about when an animal is considered market weight, but that's the idea. They're not actually killed by age; they're killed by weight. But
Right.
of course, with smaller, like with baby back ribs and other things that we use animals for, some are killed as early as a month old. Most are killed between 3 and 6 months. Yeah,
That's
but
terrible.
it's
Can I?
unbelievable because
Yeah.
20 years, if you think 20 years, we talk about this all the time between fractions of life, right? It's such a small amount of life that we give them. And then it just seems so, when you said babies, it's like, no,
Mm.
they don't understand that they are truly puppies when they're killed. They're
Yeah, yeah.
piglets. Even the big ones that are market weight, they're piglets. Um, and it's because we bred them to grow so quickly. They grow so quickly that it's obscene.
Well, that's what Kiddo's all about. That's what the film is about. Is it's a bus full of children, and I remember talking to the director and producer and the director of photography about the story, and I said, look, I've the more research I've done into this, the more I'm starting to realize that actually a bus, because I think originally it's going to be bus loads of just adults.
Yeah, but they're far
Um,
too old. Even
but
as
yeah,
yeah.
exactly, and that's why Kiddo, the main kind of protagonist, is an older lady, because she's actually lived her lifespan as pretty much. But when I said to them, really, if we're going to play it right, then it should be a busload of
Infants.
babies.
Yeah, so I
And
remember that conversation you and I
mm,
had about that, and I was thinking about it when I was writing that last question,
yeah,
because
want to be
it
accurate.
really
Well,
is startling.
the when we do the feature or the series, that's going to explore that in a lot more depth. So when you go back to the farm, which you do in the story, you'll actually see the a lot more depth to what happens to cows, animals, or parents having to let their children go, and how they're inseminated and all that kind of stuff, and the age, and this is the thing, is there will be young people in the film, as young as I'm allowed to
Mm.
push that through, really, because I think of all the things I've said to people, and I'm not frontline like you to any degree, but that that is a real eye opener for people when they realize how young the animals are, because then it's it's children.
Yeah,
It is.
absolutely. I mean, they are children, and it's one of those things where people ask me, today, that guy who knocked on the window, he said, "What about vegetarians? Why isn't eggs and milk?" And I said, "Well, these chickens, they're like this, but that really isn't the point. You don't own others." And I told him
Mm,
about the baby chicks, and I told him about, and I said, he goes, What about my backyard goats? Would it be wrong to drink their milk?" I'm like, goats don't make milk, mothers make milk.
mm,
And you have to ask, if a mother is making milk and you're taking the milk, what happened to the baby? No one wants to talk about the baby,
mm,
but that baby's someplace else so that you can
mm,
have the milk.
exactly.
Speaking of animals that are pushed to their weight when they're very small, in the book again, they were saying that chickens who are 2 months old, they proportionately, their body, if we were doing what we're doing to chickens to human babies would weigh 300 pounds by the time that they're 2 months old. That's what we do to chickens.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
and you could tell too, because
crazy.
I've seen captive chickens, and I've seen, now in Key West, I've seen wild chickens, and it is they look so these are street chickens and they look so healthy and beautiful, especially the boys. They've got the big cocktails, and they're walking all proud. They're hopping up on dumpsters and it's so funny. But they look so healthy and beautiful, and these are street animals. You're like there's abundance of pigeons out here, and I just, you could tell this is what a chicken's actually supposed to look like. This is what this bird is supposed to look like. Yeah, it's difficult because when people ask me, what about vegetarianism or what about these whataboutisms? Yes, they're babies. Yes, they suffer. But again, even if they were adults, it doesn't matter. We shouldn't be owning others who want to be free. Thank you for playing. Are you smarter than Fanny? No winner today. Scott Milligan is a big
Don't I win? Don't I win when someone is not smarter than me? Don't I win?
Fanny Pierre won.
I had one correct answer.
You had one correct answer.
Well done, Fanny. Well deserved.
Thank
Well done.
you. Thank you. Thank
Tune
you.
in next time. Sky seems well rested, accustomed to the 4 hours of sleep, 4 cups of coffee, incarnation of Sky. I am a little well rested. Actually, I'll be honest. The Key West has been so kind to me. I've done a lot of actual, I protested a horse circus. I went out last night and went to like bars where Ernest Hemingway used to hang out. I listened to live music. I just am in good spirits because, and also today I had that great conversation with that guy who knocked on my window. It was and I gave him a guide to going vegan. I pulled up next to the Green Parrot, which is like a really famous bar here. There's people drinking outside, and this lady's like, that's the sound of them dying? Because I had the sound on. I said, yeah, here's a guide to going vegan. She's like, oh my God, thank you. This is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm driving back to the hotel to do the show, and this like beautiful couple, they're like, hey, and they're on a scooter, no helmets, scooter going on north on Highway 1, back to the mainland. Hey, and I look over there, like, are you vegan? I'm like, yeah, of course I'm vegan. What's with the truck? We're like speeding, right? We're going down on Highway 1, a massive highway in America. And I said, yeah, I'm vegan. They've got Italian accents, and they're like, oh, we're both vegans. And it's a man with a woman on the back of his scooter. I feel like, and the sun and the oceans around us, and we're going down the highway. It's fucking magical. And I'm like, and so I pulled out my camera and I'm taping them. And he says, it's so great. I love this truck. It's so amazing. Yeah, vegans. And they drive away. It's like the Key West is a magical place, man. So I don't know if you guys, if Jess has told you, I went to a bed and breakfast. There was a vegan bed and breakfast. There were wild deer all around. It was like just wild key deer, they call them. They're just like Virginia whitetails, except they're the size of dogs, and they walk right up to you. It's friggin'. It's like you're like fucking Snow White out here. You like oh! The ibises come down, the iguanas come out. Like it's just amazing. And so I've been working on trying to do an in real life event for vegan, of course, and the place on Key West, on Deer Key, Deer Key? It's on Big Pine Key. It's like one island over from Key West. It's like 30 minutes outside of Key West where the deer are. And it's right on the friggin' water. It's unbelievably beautiful. She's like, you can use this bed and breakfast, this whole event as an event space for your in real life event. And we'll just bring you back. And
wow.
She's like, and I said, okay, I'll call up Jess and see if he wants to do an in real life event at the.
And you think a lot of your subscribers are in Key West?
No, they'll come. They'll come to Key West. Why not?
Well, okay.
It's an in real. There's plenty of hotel rooms, and there's going to be an event. It's an in real life event. It would only be for like 20 people.
Yeah. It's a special event.
Yeah, imagine it's a special event. I figure we can do improv classes about how to talk with people in activist situations. Yeah, how to use improv for in real life situations. I want to talk about what facts and figures are good to have in your brain. Your elevator pitch about why you're vegan, what veganism means, to define veganism when you meet people. I think it'd be amazing to do stuff about how creativity and the art of theater and music interacts with activism. That would be a great thing. There's also, I've got lots of ideas of what we can explore in an in real life event
I've
experience.
never been worried that you'd be out of ideas. This never worried me, Sky.
Imagine that, a vegan vacation basically, where you get to hang out with other activists,
You have to study.
learn about
No.
activism.
We could
It
do
would
something
be
like that in the UK. Follow the
Yeah.
format and do it over here, because I think that would go
That's-
down really well. The vegan camp out's a huge event over here, but it's a massive festival rather than an intimate art based thing that you're talking about, which sounds cool.
That's what I want
Love
to
to
do.
do
I want
that.
to do not a massive thing. I want a small, like a seminar, where you meet other activists, you talk about how to better your conversations with people, and maybe I've got learn a couple skills, build community. There's a lot of wins here.
What do you mean? Learn a couple of skills? Oh, I see what you mean. Not in
Doing
preparation for the event.
massage, baking bread.
Yeah, baking bread. No. Also, but like, and it would be catered. It'd be catered, and we'd have we could break out in groups, and we can have time to write about like what we're doing, and I think it'd be amazing.
It's
Imagine.
like a vacation / convention.
Yes.
I see what you're doing. I see.
What would you call? It's a retreat.
It's a retreat.
That's
the word.
People do writers retreats. People do, when things that they love, things that they're passionate about, they do retreats to focus on those things and make it a bigger part of their lives, and develop that part of their life. And I don't think we do that as vegans at all. And I think a lot of times when we do, it's very militant, or it's very I don't know. I think that this type of format would be amazing. We'll have guest speakers. We'll have, we'll have
that's
a couple
why
puppets.
I totally get you, because that's why we're trying to make vegan Sunday school into games, into having fun. And because oftentimes, for me at least, when I see people talking about veganism, it's like, yes, how do you convince other people? It's really hard, and it's not really fun. A lot of the time it's like tough conversations. And I think veganism can be super fun, and people, because it's a bunch of really cool, nice people. Like, it's funny, yesterday Jess was telling me, one of his coworkers was like, Jess, you're such a nice guy. And Jess was like, well, not everybody thinks the same way, because sometimes Jess is like on social media, every time a new coworker is like, can I follow you? He's like, well, beware, you're gonna see a lot of vegan stuff. And that guy was like, yeah, of course, but you always do it because you're a nice person, and you're doing it.
It comes from a good place.
It comes from a really good place. So it's true that sometimes we might be a little pushy and all of that, but that's because we are all wishing for a better world. So yeah, for me, veganism can be fun and cool, and it's just a bunch of.
Well, you want to talk about fun and cool? Imagine waking up, going to about 10 feet away from a calm Atlantic Ocean, to the point where it's like dead quiet, and all you hear are deer walking through the sand, and you're eating breakfast with other vegans talking about making the world a better place. How amazing would that be? And we would have little outings inside of Key West and stuff like that, where we would have meetups for dinner and things. I think it'd be amazing. A vegan retreat.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, that's the plan. That's the game. That's the jam. I'm gonna need to develop it, but I think I'm pretty damn sure it's gonna happen. And I would try to keep the first one as cheap as I possibly could. Cover the cost basically, and figure out how to make that happen. I think it could actually really happen. I think it really could.
Honestly, it's the most fun. I have this other YouTube channel where I teach acting for French speakers, and so most of my students are in Paris. And in September, I did a class in Paris, and then I had like a drink with everybody. We were 20 people. It was so much fun. It's all people who love each other. Like, they all knew each other, because it was like, they were like, oh, I've seen you comment on this video, and you too. And everybody loves the same theme. So it's exhilarating. It's so much fun.
Mm.
And did you see Sky? Did you see Jackie?
Jackie Boyle.
Yes, another one for Jackie.
Here we go. Jackie Boyle, let you know that she's the best. Jackie Boyle,
love you,
Jackie
Jackie.
Boyle, everybody loves her best. Thank you, Jackie Boyle. You make the world go round, Jackie Boyle. Thank you so much.
Jackie. We love you.
Jackie, you're the best. Jackie Boyle. Yes. Fantastic big duck energy over to Jackie Boyle. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I can't wait to get something going. So everyone needs to go to Pig Week,
World
worldpigweek.com.
Pig Week. Yeah.
Worldpigweek.com.
We've got something's happening every single day. When I was last over in, sadly I missed you when I was over in LA, but I saw Jess and I saw Fanny, and we had the film being shown over at the cinema there in Hollywood, and I took that kind of opportunity to meet a lot of people as well. And so I'm going to be releasing some of that. I've had these interviews in my back pocket for since like September last year, so I'm going to be putting those out as well. So I've got I'm interviewing Deidre Barr from the Vegetarian Society tomorrow.
Mhm.
And then we've got our films being shown, being screened, and we've got our radio show as well, playing the music and trying the food, which is a kind of a test for a show we got called Sunday Joint, where we did a tester and it was like a 2-hour test, and we did do what you guys were alluding to, which was just talk about being vegans, and I wanted it to be something that I thought people that are on the fence might want to watch, or listen to, so it's more music based and food based. So that trial's happening on Tuesday. But then we've got Bobby Sudd, from who's the organizer at LA Animal Save, and I interviewed him over at Besties. And he talked for a good while about what it was like working for LA Animal Save, and he's a photographer as well, right? So he's amazing photographer. So he's been going out to the vigils and taking amazing shots there, and he talks about meeting Joaquin Phoenix and Moby and all these different people and filmmakers. So that should be a really interesting video to watch. And then I was with Jess, and we went to do some activism with the LA chapter of Direct Action. And I think after that that's when I met Fanny. So that was really interesting as well to see sort of action in action. So we're above we're over a highway with banners and
you were doing one of
flares
those.
and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. And then we went to Chick-fil-A and made them uncomfortable, and shared a lot of love and flyers and that kind of stuff. So, but we interviewed, the director of photography from Kiddo interviewed a lot of the people there as well. So they've got some really interesting things to say as well.
I spend a lot of time at Chick-fil-A's.
Right. Well, of course. Yeah, exactly.
Go to
It got really
Chick-fil-A.
heated as well. It got really
they're
quite
triggered.
scary at one point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very tense moment
Chick-fil-A
in
is
time.
very easily triggered. They're like this all the time. No wonder people, when they used to kick out gay people, because that was going on for a while with Chick-fil-A, where they wouldn't let gay people eat there, and it was. I remember that happened, and it was like people were triggered about that. Anything with, they're so defensive. These meat flakes, they're so like crybaby about everything. Well, they're always crying. That's why I got to drink these Carney tears. I got a whole bucket of them.
Well, the one guy was getting really kind of in the grill of some really big dudes from Direct Action as well. And I thought he was going to kick off and it was going to get physical, but fortunately it didn't. But it was really a real eye opener to see how angry people were getting, but they didn't really know why. Particularly, it was just they were very angry because they just associated vegans and the tannoids that they're using as being sort of.
You were also in Los Angeles. A lot of people are just weird. Just walking around weird.
Well, it's not unique for LA. I mean, it's pretty weird over here as well. I mean, I think people get very angry about stuff that they don't particularly understand.
Well, that was also the one where you guys did the disruption inside of a restaurant, right? Wasn't that same? Yeah, I forget where that was. That wasn't Chick-fil-A, was it? That was like
that was Chick-fil-A. Yeah, in the business district area.
Yeah, I remember that. And the guy was freaking out and screaming and yelling, and Yeah, that was a good video. I don't usually like doing the inside. I almost never go inside of any of these places. I'm like, that what was that movie where John Cusack has the stereo and he like goes to and he holds the stereo over his head. What movie was that?
I don't know.
Ugh.
Ask Funny.
I think I've seen it, but I don't remember. Someone is probably gonna say in the comments, what is the movie where a guy is holding
It's called Say Anything.
Say Anything?
Yes, Say Anything. Yeah,
That's a good line. Chicken wings are meant for flying, not for frying. I like that.
Yeah, you never. Well, you know what? I've seen a lot of chickens with little chicks, and all the chicks go under her wings, and she hides them from the sun. That's what she does with their wing, and they walk with her under her wings. It's so sweet. That's like, oh, that's what chicken wings are for. That's what's supposed to be happening.
Everybody in the chat in here, please name your favorite vegan cheese brand. Mine is Miyoko's.
Yours is Miyoko's.
Miyoko's.
Do you have Cathedral City over there?
Cathedral City? No, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah. They make a banging vegan cheese.
They do? Cathedral City. I like Miyoko's. It's too expensive though. It's like $12 a thing, $12 a wheel.
Your life is gonna be flagged if you're sharing. There you go.
Have you seen this before?
Yeah. Jess makes me watch a lot of old movies.
I gotta pause it.
That's Peter Gabriel, isn't it?
It's Peter Gabriel, yeah. Yeah. It's Peter Gabriel. He plays Peter Gabriel. Your eyes, dun dun dun. Yeah, it's brilliant. Everyone loves Say Anything.
By Life. By Your Heart. I make my own. I make my own vegan cheese. If you want to go see my recipe, I make my own vegan cheese. It was in the recipe of this week. It's really good.
Dea and Follow Your Heart. I like. You know what? Don't sleep on Dea. Fromunda. I don't know what Fromunda is. Jihad is the flavor, but it ain't easy being cheesy. I do know that. All right, Scott Milligan. Any parting words? Because we need to let you go so we can let someone play random stupid questions from.
Of course, yeah. No, I just like I said, thank you for letting me come on the show. Follow World Pig Week. There's going to be lots of exciting, interesting things happening throughout the week. I've also interviewed Asia Rain that works at Besties, and she did my tattoo. This guy here, and it's a vegan tattoo, and she talks all about. Sorry, I'm going to get my angle right here.
I'm trying to get you right. Here we go. Oh, there we go. Oh, wait.
Everything's going opposites.
There it is.
You get.
I see it now. That's a great tattoo. I love that symbol. All right. Good job.
But it was really interesting because she was talking about, the fact that tattoos aren't vegan and the gels that they use to put over and all that kind of stuff aren't vegan. So that was really interesting.
Well, I went to a vegan.
Yeah, and then
I got a vegan tattoo from a vegan, and he had everything certified veganism. So I mean, it's not impossible. Most of the stuff that they use is vegan, but some of like the stuff they recommend, like Aquaphor, or like some of the what do you call it, moisturizers afterwards aren't.
Yeah, exactly. And then on the last day, we've got the Sunday Joint Show, which has got you on it, Sky.
Me?
Yeah, where you finished the interview with just shouting, "You're all Nazis."
Yes, I said you're all Nazis.
Not us, obviously, in the show, but he was
right.
So I had a message from Richard, the CEO of the Vegetarian Society, saying, I don't know whether we can put that bit on the end. We might have to. So that bit might have to be faded out.
They fade out me screaming, calling all the commies.
You got really in the screen as well. It's. I might put it just separately away from the society.
I got really in the screen. I was. Listen to you Nazi bastards! Stop eating animals. That's what I said.
You shaved your mustache off so you look like Robbie Williams as well.
Only the ends.
Mm.
I only
shaved the ends. You should have kept that for Vegan After Dark.
Yeah, exactly. I'll give you the footage and you can put it on. But the last parting thing, and then I'll shut up, is please check out the film Kiddo. That's coming out on Facebook. It's been on YouTube for the last 12 months and it's had 160,000 views, which is great. It's been on Alta. It's been on over 20
That's
specially
good.
selected
It's wonderful.
festivals
We
all around
watched
the
it
world.
here, screening here.
But
Yeah,
check it out on Facebook, because it was designed as a tool for you guys to use to give to other people, to kind of get them have a real sense of what actually happens in abattoirs, and to see it in the context of children rather than pigs. So if everybody here can share that when it's out, that would be really appreciated, because it's
Where's the link? I'm trying.
no, it's not out
Kiddo
until
short film
yeah,
on.
it's going to be on. We're going to upload it natively on Friday, and on World Pig Week.
Yeah.
So that's the place to go and share it when it's there.
Hold on, I'm trying to find the link so I can share with
There
everybody.
won't be one yet because it's not live until Friday.
No,
I mean,
but the Facebook link is Kiddo Short Film Official.
Yeah, so that's where all the activity around the film has been.
Okay,
When
great.
it comes out on Friday, you'll be able to watch it inside there rather than a link to YouTube.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I think it'll do really well on Facebook natively as a shareable.
But if you haven't seen it, you can
video.
also go to YouTube and check it out right now.
Yeah,
on,
exactly.
Yeah, go
on the
like,
Pyramid,
please.
or what's the other? It was on a horror that I like. It was
Alter.
a horror Alter.
Yeah, it was on Alter's YouTube channel. Yeah, that went crazy really fast. So
That was great.
we had our last film was at the Rio Cinema in London for the London Short Film Festival last week, and that was it. That's our run of festivals now. So we're going to push it on Facebook and see if it can get some support there, or can be, like I say, it's a tool for people to use to share.
Everybody just go please right now on Facebook and follow and share and support and be there on Friday to watch on YouTube. This is so important to support fellow vegans who really try hard to have the truth spread to non-vegans. Please go follow.
But yeah, nice to see you all.
Yeah,
yeah, for us too.
All
Thank
right,
you
Scott.
so much, Scott.
Get some rest. Wait, what time is it there? It's got to be.
It's about 10:30. So
that's not so bad.
It's not too bad. No.
I mean, I've seen you up at 1-2 o'clock in the morning. So
of course.
Yeah. Keep on fighting, man. Thank you so much. You're doing a great job out there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bisous, bisous.
Bisous.
Scott Milligan, everybody, the auteur, the Renaissance man. He does so many different things. He's a musician. He's a quadruple threat. You know, he's a
machine.
He's a filmmaker. He's a writer. He's a musician. He's a Renaissance man.
He's a wonderful person.
He's our Da Vinci.
Yep, a veganici. How would you da veganci?
Da veganici. I don't know. Scott Milligan versus the world. Who is going to be our random stupid questions from Fanny?
Who wants to come and play with us? Who wants to come? Did we have a guest guy, or anybody can just come?
Anybody can come on. Anybody can come on and do it.
Yes, and I forgot to check. You know that every week, if you want, you can suggest questions that I'm going to ask the guest. You just have to go on Fannulous on Instagram, and I post the day before. I post a question, an open box, and you can send me questions that you would like for me to ask the guests. Yes. So please do so.
Retro gaming lore, he gets it. This is the family-friendly show, whereas After Dark is 18 plus. Thank you so much for understanding that. Seems like on my yesterday when I did my morning show, I got pretty sad because people were arguing in the chat like it was 18 plus. It wasn't, and now people are upset.
That is not 18 plus today.
No,
I mean, it's called Vegan Sunday School. It's a little different than After Dark.
After Dark.
Okay, if nobody wants to play today, that's okay. We can play next week. Doesn't matter.
Everyone loves the theme song. This is a channel for vegans. Yes, of course. I forgot to mention I mention him every single day that he does he did our amazing theme song for the wake up call. This is a channel for
vegans. This is
vegans. Well, I mean, I guess I could put the invitation link in the thing and see if somebody comes in, see if anyone has the guts to answer Fanny's stupid questions?
It's really not that difficult, everybody. It's just a bunch of stupid questions. And the purpose of the game is to answer as quick as possible.
Yes.
I mean, I get it. It's Sunday afternoon. If I was not doing this show, I would have no makeup on. I would be in my pajamas. And as I'm listening to this, I would probably be watching Young Sheldon or any stupid show in the
This is
back.
what you look like without makeup on, though. You don't even need makeup. See,
No, to be honest, I do put makeup, but I'm glad you don't notice. I even dyed my hair this morning with vegan hair
you
products.
did.
Ta ta ta, because
That's
I
really
love
good.
being a redhead.
So I'm
And
trying to do
actually
this thing where I'm trying to get my mustache. Since we're talking about hair products, I'm trying to get my mustache like out to here.
for what purpose? Is there just
I don't know.
prettiness?
Why do you dye your hair red?
Because I prefer being a redhead
There
than
you
a
go. I
brunette.
prefer
That's my
having a mustache that
a
comes out to
long
here.
mustache.
I want to try something new.
Yeah, okay. That's good.
I want to
Then
try something new. I've never had a mustache that came out to here.
all right. Then what are you waiting for?
It'll look like this.
Isn't your hair growing naturally all over your face?
Yeah, I can feel it. It is over here, but they're short. They're short hairs. Oh, we have nerds like us. We're gonna play the stupid question.
Yes.
Drum roll up. We can't. His camera's not on yet, so we gotta wait for him.
We're gonna wait. Okay, nerds like us, you are brave. You are very brave.
Cut your hair and glue it to your mustache.
Mustache. I do this when I have to play a male character. I cut my own hair and then I glue it to my face to make a mustache.
Nerds like us, we're ready. I don't need to cut my hair and make it. I can grow a mustache.
Yeah,
A
you can.
mustache.
You can. What are you doing?
I want to make like the traditional mustache that people, when you draw a picture of a mustache, it looks like this.
Yeah, with the little curls.
No, I don't want like the handlebar thing. I don't want it to go. No, it's gonna be on my face. I don't want it to be like out because then you got to put super glue in it, so it does that type of weird stuff. All right,
Right.
are we ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
I am always ready for guests. That's
All
my
right,
favorite
here we go.
thing.
Nerds like us, looking chill and dapper. Here we go. Nerds like us, welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. How are
All
you
right,
doing?
Are you aware of how this game works, my friend?
I'm fully aware.
Yes.
I give my consent.
Okay. So this game, thank you for consenting to our mild torture. This game is about speed.
It's about speed.
So Fanny and you try to go fast, and then I can't keep my mouth shut, so I slow it down. That's what happens usually.
Yeah, and you don't have to be smart in this game. That was the other game. And this game is called Random Stupid Question.
Random stupid
Interview.
question. Yar, Captain Hook Morgan, yar. All right,
All
are
right,
you ready?
I'm starting with the song.
It's the random. Oh, I was gonna do my voiceover.
I just
It's
love
the
it.
random stupid questions. Okay.
Interview. All right. First question, nerds like us. Should tofu be pressed or not? That's a big vegan question. Should tofu be pressed or not?
Pressed?
Pressed. He's a pressed guy.
Who is pressed or no pressed? I'm a no pressed person. I
You're a
don't
no
have
press?
time
You
to
lazy
press my tofu.
wretch.
I just put it in the pan and I cook it as is.
Lazy.
No.
I don't really prepare tofu. I don't make it unless I buy it at like a restaurant. I guess that's
Okay.
what I'm looking
All
for.
right, but if you ever make it, it's preferable to press it because you
No,
get
it's
all
not.
of the liquid out, and then you can marinate it so you can flavor your tofu.
You can just marinate it, let it cook a bit longer. All the water evaporates, no problemo. And while you're doing that, you can watch a show and let your tofu evaporate. You don't need to press it.
My favorite is actually neither press nor there's a third option, and it's a
What do you
restaurant
do?
option. You freeze it. When you freeze it, the water is
Ah.
expelled from it, and it gets this nice spongy texture that makes it a little bit more like Asian meat style, and it's a little meatier kind of. So freezing tofu, it's a restaurant hack. If you're not doing it, do it. Did the tofu consent? Yes. The answer is yes. It rose to the top.
Okay, Sky, I'm really happy that Karina agrees with me. Oh,
Karina,
and
what it-
someone presses and freezes.
Press then freeze. There you go.
Double work. triple work because then you have to defrost. Makes no sense to me.
No,
All
you
right.
don't have to defrost because you can throw it right in the pan and cook it frozen. It works
All
fine.
right. All
The
right.
old vegans just eat it raw. They just eat it.
It just
Dude, when I
squeezes it.
was in Matt, the guy's like, I eat tofu with a spoon, and I'm like, what do you mean, just raw tofu? Yeah, just tofu. I'm like, God damn, bro, you're a weird eater, just eating it raw with a spoon with a
So
creepy.
gross.
All right,
All right.
Anthony
All
says
right.
no
Right. Right.
press. Okay,
Nerds Like Us, your favorite song. This is an easy one.
Taiwanese tofu. I'm missing
Oh.
a chance. Okay, what's it?
This is a hard one. I don't know.
It's not
Nothing
for
That's
all
comes to
okay.
mind.
time.
There is no
Just
wrong
for now, there's no
answer.
wrong
You
answer.
just say the first thing that comes to your head.
There's a cool, probably Smoko, I guess. That's a good one.
Smoke out.
Smoke what? Smoke out?
Smoko.
Smoko. I'm on Smoko. So leave me alone. I'm on Smoko. So leave me alone. Oh, that's a great song.
Okay, mine is Kiss Me from Sixpence None the Richer.
That's your favorite song?
Kiss me. Yes, because
Oh,
I
okay.
watched Dawson's Creek like any millennial.
But isn't the song Oh You Gotta Die?
But they also had the Kiss Me. Yes, I like your it sounds like a Shakira when you do it, Scott.
You know, I learned how to
All
play.
right.
It's a great song actually. I learned how to play it on guitar. But it's yeah.
Nice. All right. Nerd Like Us, third question. When was the last time that you ate artichoke?
Oh, probably like when I was over at my parents' house, probably for like either Christmas or Thanksgiving. They make artichokes all the time.
That was a long time ago.
I like that. That's not that long ago. Christmas was only a month ago.
No, but it seems that for you, artichoke is like a celebration vegetable because it's
No, my parents used to make it all the time. I just don't make
So
it
good.
myself.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I'm sure
fan
they
of
still make it all the time. Yeah. Like,
I just buy it in cans and I just eat it out of the can. I don't even like do anything to it.
Have to
Do you
let
eat
it
artichoke?
I tear off the leaves and then, I use vegan butter, dip the leaf in the butter, and then I eat the heart at the end.
Yeah, that's when you make it
part.
fresh. I'm lazy. Again, I'm a
Oh, okay.
lazy cook. I buy the can and I just take it out.
That's
of
how
the
you
can.
eat your artichokes. You just buy them in a can.
Yes, and they're delicious.
Just the
and
hearts or the whole
I
thing?
I squeeze. I buy full hearts, artichoke hearts, and I squeeze the water out of it. This one I squeeze. Yeah, I do.
She loves
get 'em in the,
jardichokes.
Artichoke.
Jardichokes.
What did you
if
say?
you get them
Like
in the glass like jars,
Yeah.
like, I guess like they have the leaves, but you just eat the whole leaf.
I eat the
That's
whole thing.
Yeah, it's good.
It's
Yeah,
delicious.
artichokes, pickled artichokes. It's fine. That's good. They're good. That's good for salads. But man, I love when artichokes are in season, cutting them in half, boiling them for a little while, and then broiling them in the oven, getting that nice black top, or right on the grill, so you get it nice and like the grill marks on them. I'm drooling thinking about it. It's so good.
Oh my
Never
gosh,
had artichokes, Bailey Dorman.
Bailey, this is
Bailey,
a
I'm
good
so
one.
sorry. We gotta.
Yeah, this is a good one. You should try. And it's easy. They're already salted, so you just buy the can of artichoke. I like it in broil. I don't like when it's vinegar. So I just have it in just water and I just eat it like this out of the can. It takes 0 time to prepare. That's like my go-to vegetable when I don't have fresh vegetable
They're
in
also
my house.
extremely easy to make when they're fresh. You just boil them.
And they're really good for your liver. It's a really good liver cleanser. Is that how you say it?
Yeah. You know, another pro tip, if you do make artichokes like a real human, not like the Fanny way, like, a normal person, you boil them and you get this green water at the end because a lot of that phytonutrients has been drawn out of it. You can use that water to boil pasta. Save that water. Don't dump it. Save it. Boil the pasta, and you get some of that nutrients in your pasta, and it also gives your pasta a little bit more flavor. And it's a different flavor, but it gives you an extra kick. It's wonderful. There you go, pro kick.
Extra artichoke pasta kick. All right.
It's
I
good.
like it. All right. Nerd Like Us. Next question. What piece of clothing should not exist?
Ooh.
Fur. Fur's
Fur.
Fur.
Yeah.
You got
I
it.
agree. I have to agree.
I was thinking more specifically Ugg boots. Ugg boots I find
Okay.
particularly offensive.
For me, it's Crocs.
Crocs aren't even animal products. That's just a
I know, but I hate them. I can't see them. Whenever I see that, I'm like, I can see half of your toes. It's gross. No,
Crocs
thank
are
you.
wonderful, and you can't see any of my toes in them. I don't
Just-
wear them in public though.
I'm sorry. I'm a Croc hater. I can't.
You're just a
Karina,
hater. You're just an
Back
alligator
me
hater.
up.
For
What
New
are
Year's, some girl
those?
posted on Facebook she was wearing a full fur coat. I went to high school with her. I immediately commented on her. I
Yeah,
couldn't help myself. I was just like, "What are you doing?" So
yeah.
I said, "When you wear fur, you're telling people that you don't care about animal abuse and something else." I was just like,
Oh, that's not
The
bad.
answer? Did she say something back?
"Yeah." She said, "Happy New Year's," and I said, "If you have any questions about the fur industry, ask me."
Yeah. Thank you for advertising animal abuse. Um, I usually say, hey, that's 50 dead animals you got right there. That's 50 dead animals that wanted to live. You got right there. 50 dead animals for one fur coat.
Well, I
Yeah,
said the
and
animal abuse because I wasn't sure if it was fake or real. So I
Oh,
just wanted, even if it was fake, I was like, it's still, I
yep.
think it's messed
I'm
up.
with you, man. I got you. Good point. Good point. All right, next
Karina,
question.
Karina, I feel betrayed. I feel betrayed, Karina. Okay, that's okay. Um,
Scott
one
Milligan's in the chat again. What are you doing in here, Scott?
he wants to play the random stupid questions because they're amazing.
Okay.
Okay, nerd like us. One adjective to describe you. One adjective, the fastest as you can.
No.
Nerd? Love
Nerd.
it.
Technically a
I love
noun. I
nerds.
think he means nerdy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Just fucking. Don't matter.
Nerdy.
None. It's just English. Who cares? All right, that's pretty good. Nerdy. What about you,
What?
Fanny Peary? What's one adjective to define yourself?
Well, my favorite adjective is fannulous because it comes from fabulous and fanny. So
So you
that's
made up your
fannulous.
own
That's my
word.
own adjective. Yeah, I called myself fannulous. You see.
Got
So
it.
what about you, Sky?
Mine is Scooby Dooby Doo.
That is not an adjective.
I figure if you could do fannulous, I could use a made up word
But
too.
it's fabulous, Fanny. It's an adjective, right? But Scooby Doo. Okay, I buy Scooby Doo. I take it. Gosh. All right, next question.
Next one.
Sexy summer or cozy winter?
Sexy summer.
Yes,
Summer.
I love
Yeah,
the
summer's
summer.
my favorite. I don't like winter that much.
You know what's
No,
funny? When you said fur, but before I thought of Uggs, because you said fur, I thought of Uggs. When you said one article of clothing that no one shouldn't exist, I thought earmuffs. Because who the hell? Why do we have to live in places you need ear? If you're in a place that you need earmuffs, go someplace else.
they're cute though. They're really cute.
You shouldn't live to someplace that's so cold that you need earmuffs.
I
No,
was doing activism yesterday, and one of the girls who was doing it was wearing earmuffs.
Wearing
It was very
earmuffs?
cold. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. What part of the world are you in again?
Connecticut?
Oh, yeah, in Connecticut. Yeah. Oh, you're up by Totally Forkable.
Yeah, yeah.
You guys
totally
hanging out?
workable.
No, I've never met Totally Forkable.
You guys gotta do some activism. Why not go out there?
She's got to join us. We do We the Free now in Connecticut.
Oh, really? I'm
Yeah.
gonna call her up and ask her what the hell.
So you can just go on the website We the Free and then find us.
I'm gonna say Totally Forkable. You need to take a break from baking cookies. Go out there, do a We the Free cube. I like that. Diamond,
We
whatever the
the
hell.
free. All
We
right,
do the
next question.
3-minute video.
Oh, sorry.
You do a 3-minute video. You do the
Yeah.
3-minute video, like watch for 3 minutes and get a cookie or something.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you give them?
Just like an assortment of snacks they get to choose. They're all vegan.
God, yeah. Get a free snack for watching 3 minutes. I like
Yeah,
that.
it's a
I like
really
that.
hard watch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of awful. Oh my gosh. That's an interesting way to ask people to. Yeah, that's cool.
3 minutes of horror for one
Cookie.
for a cookie. Yeah, get a cookie.
How
Want a
do
cookie?
people react?
You haven't seen the videos?
No, I've not.
Go ahead, nerds
Well,
like us.
this one is a video and also has sound with it, so it's narrated by like Joaquin Phoenix and another
Oh,
person's voice. I'm not sure who she is.
But how do the
But
passers-by, how do they react?
how do people
Just the
react?
general reception.
yeah, just pretty like shocked. One guy had to stop watching because it was
Did you
bad.
still give
Yeah,
him the
so-
treat?
Yeah, we still give him the treat.
Fuck
And then-
that! Sorry, just
It's to get to
No
people
treat
talking,
for you.
know? Yeah,
Yeah,
but we call him out
Omar.
on it. You know, say, well, yeah, if you had to stop watching it, then why are you paying for it?
It's not easy. Nobody wants to see this. Like, I don't want to see this. Yeah, it's awful. But yeah.
It's
Okay.
3 minutes. It's their whole lives. It's 3 minutes of your time for whole life.
It's
You
true.
know?
It's
And
true.
it's probably a carny who couldn't watch it.
Yeah, of
Oh,
course.
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody. All right. Next question. The best place for a 50th date.
50th?
Like 50th anniversary, like you've been married
A
for 50 years?
50th date.
So wait, it's this? It's 50
Or you've been
or
on
what?
50 dates?
You went on 49 dates. It's your 50th date. Where do you
Or
bring someone?
I would
oh,
say
that's what you
me-
bring. That's the question. Where do you bring them for your
The
50th?
best place to have a
date.
50th.
I think you rent a hotel in New York City, like a fancy
Hey,
one,
New York
and
City.
go out on the city.
To me, I'd be like, why are we doing 50 dates? It's like, why aren't we living together? You know what I mean?
50
You can
dates.
still go on dates if you live together, right?
Yeah, it's
True.
true. It's true, but I don't count anymore. It's like every day's a date, right? It's like,
Aw.
ooh, how are you? You know?
50th date.
Well, you got to make it official. You know, people are like, "Is this a really date, or are we just hanging out tonight?" Yeah.
Yeah, you watch this movie. I
That's
know,
what Karina and
Karina,
I
you know
did
what kind of
on our-
movies I'm watching.
Yeah. On our 50th date, we went to
You
watch.
just hit him on the head.
Dates. Yes. Just hit her on the head. Take her back to your cave.
So Omar, you have funny dates. Goodwill theft shopping or thrift shopping?
I think
Where-
the Goodwill thrift shopping. I'm hoping we're wearing random clothes and then going skydiving. I like it.
yeah, exactly. Marriage commitment.
By the end of the first date.
Yeah, that was how I felt when I met Jess. All right. Next question. Last time you water the plants.
Probably like 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
There's no more
They're all
plants.
dead. Yeah.
I used to
heard
have like a little bonsai tree, and then it died. So I was trying to make like a little self-watering thing with an Arduino, and I just gave up on it.
Mm.
It was cool. It worked for a little while, and then
Yeah. Bonsai trees are the hardest, I think. Right? Aren't they like super hard to maintain?
no.
No?
Psh, psh, psh. You're done.
Tick, 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 tack, tack, tack. Sky knows. Sky knows. How many bonsai trees do you have, Sky?
I don't have any now, but I've had them. I mean, of course. I mean,
Oh, so you've had them. They're not here anymore, and you're telling us how to take care of them.
well, I give them
Is this what
away
you're
and stuff. They
trying-
lived. I've had orchids and all sorts of shit, and then eventually you give them to people. Like I moved.
Oh, you give them to people. They didn't
Yes.
die on you.
Yes, I did. I gave them to people. I gave them. To
Bonsai
people.
trees are like plant torture because you're trying to keep this tree. It's a real tree, but you're just keeping it like deprived, so it stays
Yes.
little, and you're constantly cutting it back to keep it small and in the soil that has like zero.
I went
dirt
to
in
a
it, you know?
bonsai tree exhibit that was next to a Zen garden because I really love Zen gardens, and it was in Oregon, and they had ones of redwoods, like American trees, and some of these trees were hundreds of years old, and these are bonsai trees. They're hundreds of years old, and somebody's been sitting there.
I know.
And they're real. They're real. It's not like a bonsai tree is like a special tree.
Yeah, it's
Could
not
be
like a
anything.
pygmy tree
Yeah.
or something. Yeah. It's a red dwarf.
Karina threw you under the bus.
Do I have a green thumb? Yes, I do. Everything's alive, isn't it? What the hell?
Karina's alive. You take good care of her. I'm
I
sure
do.
of that.
I don't like to actually. I used to like all that stuff, but I don't anymore. I used to like keeping plants and stuff, but honestly,
It's
trying to
not
do
your
other
thing.
stuff.
If there was a burning building and you had a bonsai or Karina,
Yeah, I say,
who would you
Karina,
say?
go, run.
Like, Karina, get the bonsai. Let's
Yeah,
go.
Karina, get the plaza. Let's get out of here.
You carry Karina, you put the bonsai on
There you
top, and
go.
then you run.
Don't forget
I
my
love it.
father's watch. It's on the little kangaroo. All right, so
All
what's
right. Last question of
last
the
question?
day. What is the job you wanted to do as a child?
I want to be an inventor.
An
Oh,
inventor.
nice.
What did you want to
Inventing what?
invent?
Just
Anything?
something. I don't know anything.
Like a Rube Goldberg inventor, like.
Yeah, like very mechanical. Something mechanical.
I like it.
I like
Okay.
it. And did you dream to go to Shark Tank and get a lot of money for your invention?
Well, that didn't exist back then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no Shark Tank, but they had Shark Tank type stuff. Like
Shark
they
Tank type. I don't
yeah,
know.
they had invention shows and shit where like fund my invention. But they had like they back then they had a like call a hotline and get an inventor, someone to look at your invention and make it, and
I
they used to have.
like
Really?
the show like Orange County Choppers and like things like that. You know, building things and metal. Yeah.
That's really cool. Somebody here wanted to run a record store. That sounds fun too. Listen to music all day.
On a record store. I love it.
I wanted to be a jeweler and then steal all the jewels and like go on vacation for the rest of my life. That
But they're
was
your
really a
jewels.
plan.
You're gonna steal the jewels. You were gonna be a jewel thief.
Jewel thief. That was my dream when I was young. I was like,
You want to be the Pink Panther, basically,
Like
is
a
what you wanted
spy.
to do. Yeah,
yes.
that's brilliant.
Thank you so much for playing the game. Here's the song. Thank you so much.
Random stupid questions. Thank you so much, nerds like us. Have a wonderful afternoon. I hope that life treats you well, and we'll see you next week.
Have a good week.
Thank you.
Bye, nerds like us.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bizu
Bisous,
bizu.
bisous.
Scott Milligan's in the wings. I guess. Does he want to come back on? Is that what you just chilling? He's just chilling. He's loving life back there. What you wanted to be a giant? Jackie Boy wanted to be a giant. What did you want to do? You want to be a jewel thief?
A jewel thief. That was my thing because I was like, nobody thought of this, but if you steal all the jewels, you get a lot of money and then you get to have fun. So I guess my whole life I just wanted to have fun.
You know, I was one of those. I wanted to do everything, and I feel like I kind of have. Like I always wanted to do.
Yes, you have.
I always
Definitely.
wanted to do everything. I never wanted to be like. Because I'd say like, man, I wish I could drive a taxi. I wish I could do. And so for a second, I'm like, maybe an actor, because an actor gets to do all of these different jobs, pretend. But I was like,
Yeah.
I don't want to pretend. I want to actually go out and do stuff. I want to be on stage as an actor. I want to go and be a singer and be in a band. I want to travel the world and be. I always want to do so many different things. This
Yeah.
idea of just like going, oh, I'm going to be this one thing seems so
Yeah.
boring to me.
I feel the same. I always say I think life is an adventure full of tiny adventures. Like for me, living in another country, speaking in different language, trying different sports, trying different careers, meeting different people. For me, it's like it's the best. I just want to be doing new things all the time and learning. Like one thing as an acting teacher, one question that people ask me oftentimes is, but how long do I have to study to be an actor? Like what? And I'm like, I don't know, because I think in my life I'm not like you. I don't know many facts or things about life and all, but I'm curious. I love to hear people talking about, even if I don't remember everything. I guess it makes it even more fun because I get to discover things multiple times. But I just I'm curious, and I love hearing facts about things and discovering I'm just curious. So I never stop learning. Why would you?
Never stop learning. That's a very good way to end. I think stay curious, never stop learning. That's something
And
that
that's what leads people to veganism.
I totally agree. That's something that I am constantly saying. Stay curious, look shit up. Don't believe when people tell you shit. Look it up and
Hmm.
find it out for yourself. Stay curious. I mean, if you are even subscribing to just one way of philosophical thought, I say broaden those horizons. Start learning about different ways of thinking, because you could cobble together your own personal identity, which I think is the greatest gift you can give yourself,
Yeah.
is to develop your own sense of style, your own sense of your own personal philosophy,
Hmm.
your own moral compass. Develop those things. And
Yeah.
yeah,
It's interesting because it's something,
curious.
I make a lot of videos online for people who are not vegan to see them and think about it. And every time in the comment when they're like, well, this is a fact and this is like this, and I'm like, don't even believe me. Don't believe me. Go on Google and ask it and ask the question. You don't have to believe me or anybody you see on the internet talking and saying things, even anything we've said today in the live. If you don't believe it, you don't have to. Of course you don't have to. I'm not a scientist. I don't have a PhD. I don't
Look it up.
any of this. But go to Google,
Hmm.
because there are people who are scientists who write papers and tell you how it is. So be curious, like go seek the information because it's out there.
Yes, that's be curious, not bi curious, everybody.
Be
Um,
curious. Yeah.
I am so thankful to everyone here. Thank you, everybody, for joining. This has been Vegan Sunday School. Thank you. Bye, Fanny. Bye, Pierre. Fanny,
Bye
Pierre.
everybody.
Fanny, there she is. I see her. I gotta find out if there's a Bible here.
Vegan Sunday School. Ooh, this channel's just for you. This channel's just for
Yep, it's over, Benji.
vegans.
You are the Benji. You missed it, but don't worry. You can always start over and see everything. We had Scott Milligan on. Thank you, Scott Milligan. Thank you, Kirsten Marilyn, for doing our theme song. Thank you,
Thank you,
everybody.
Jess, for all the little other songs, the thank you songs and everything.
And thank you to all of our channel members and Patreon subscribers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so glad you're here.
Me too. We love you.
Oh, and especially Jackie Boyle and Paul Campbell. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes, yes, yes. Thank you, everybody. You make every Sunday special for me. Thank you so much.
You make my Sundays special. All right. Bisous, bisous. Bye
Bisous,
bye.
bisous. Bye bye.